So this is trending on Twitter right now as of the recording of this. Commerce Secretary says coronavirus will help bring jobs to North America. Yeah, this really happened. All right, so Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross said earlier today, as of the recording of this, he believed the coronavirus outbreak that has left millions under lockdown in China will help return jobs to the U.S. and Mexico. Good news, guys. Good. I know people are suffering or whatever, but this might help us out. I think it will help to accelerate the return of jobs to North America, some to U.S., probably some to Mexico as well. Ross said a day after President Donald Trump signed the USMCA. Let's see. In an interview with Fox Business Network's Maria Bartiromo, Ross acknowledged the victims, saying, "I don't want to talk about a victory lap over a very unfortunate, very malignant disease, but I'm going to do that anyway." Isn't that awesome? I don't want to make light about these people suffering, but I'm kind of going to, because I'm going to say how it'll help jobs here. Now, more than 7,700 cases of coronavirus have been confirmed in mainland China, and at least 170 people have died from the virus. So, let me finish this. Elsewhere, more than 100 people have been infected in 20 countries or territories across North America, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Airlines around the world have suspended flights to China in response. So, look, that's beyond a despicable sentiment to utter by Wilbur Ross. And people are tweeting about this, and they're like, we have reached a new low. Look at what Fox Business did. We have reached a new low. And in some ways we have, but in other ways, it wasn't too long ago that Wolf Blitzer went on CNN and expressed his concern that if we ended our conquest in the Middle East, which means bombing the shit out of the Middle East, that would hurt jobs. What about all the people? What about those jobs? That's what Wolf Blitzer said. So when you are concerned, when the economic impact is supposedly significant around endless war and the conquest of imperialism and diseases in other parts of the world, when you see the economic opportunity there, when another part of the world has a disease outbreak, and you see the economic cost about ending war, you know what that means? That means your system ain't working. That means your system is very tragically corrupt and needs to be completely reassessed. An economy of war is morally disgusting, it's brutal, and it will inevitably fail. Similarly, when you're relying on diseases in other parts of the world for more domestic opportunities, when you're the richest country in the world, that's a problem. That means you're really neglecting what's going on at home, which is exactly what we're doing in the United States. We're the richest country in the world, yet we can't give people health care. We can't give people free education. We can't give living wages. And why can't we? Well, because we have a system that is bought and perpetuated and beneficial only to the ruling class and the 1%. And it's cheaper for them to outsource things. It's cheaper for them to exploit people around the world than it is domestically. And this type of economy needs to end. So it's really gross what Wilbur Ross said. Of course, it's beyond gross. It's completely morally bankrupt and completely gross, but this is our system. He's a reflection of our system. Much like Donald Trump, it's not like our system was just fine and then this guy said something gross. No, our system is horrible. And this is the face of the system. This guy is the face. Wilbur Ross is what capitalism is. Profit above all else, and you see an economic opportunity. So this is our system. I'm not saying what Wilbur Ross said wasn't completely gross and disgusting. It was. But this is the face of our system. Wilbur Ross, much like Donald Trump, is just a upfront, blunt representation of our system. He doesn't sugarcoat it. It's not flowery. This is what our system is. Much like when Wolf Blitzer expresses concerns about job loss if we're not at war, if we're not in a bunch of wars we shouldn't be in. Oh, that might cost jobs. Imagine if we actually took care of our priorities at home with a real jobs program. We already have a jobs program. It's the military. What if it was a real jobs program that fixed our roads, that fixed our infrastructure, that invested in green energy, invested in solar, invested in reprioritizing our energy output? Imagine that. And imagine when something happens in a place like China, we're not thinking about the economic opportunity for jobs at home. We're thinking about, hey, how can we help these people? Because we got the resources to help. Because we have all these people who already have jobs, and their jobs, they can go help. Wilbur Ross is the face of our system. Donald Trump is the face of our system. They're a result of our rugged, capitalist, neoliberal system. And they will go away. But as long as the system's still in place, we're going to get another Donald Trump. We're going to get another Wilbur Ross. And at the pace we're going, the next one could potentially be even worse. Probably will be. All right.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make